An amazing thing, as you pointed out, a pope of firsts in his life and now a pope of firsts in his death as well. We have Chris Livesay in Vatican City for us. Chris, where are you? What's the mood there? What are you seeing? What are you hearing?
Good morning, Tony. Well, I am overlooking St. Peter's Square just behind me, and you'll hear gongs of the bell. Each one of those gongs represents 1 year of Pope Francis's life. He died, of course, at the age of 88, so we will hear 88 gongs throughout this morning. Apart from those gongs, they really pierce a deafening silence that has laid over St. Peter's Square ever since the news broke this morning, just before 10 a.m. local time, that Pope Francis had died. And that silence really stood out in stark contrast to the scenes we witnessed yesterday here in St. Peter's Square. Pope Francis taking a victory lap of sorts through St. Peter's Square in the Pope Mobile for the very first time since he was discharged from the hospital 3 weeks ago. You can hear him struggling to say, "Happy Easter, brothers and sisters." All of this, we should mention, in defiance of doctor's orders. Now, he was told to stay home and rest and avoid mingling with the public for at least 2 months, but those doctor's orders proved to be too much for the Pope during Holy Week, the holiest week of the year, and of course on Easter Sunday, which really capped off a string of surprise appearances that Pope Francis made. On one example, he just sort of popped up in St. Peter's Basilica behind me, wasn't wearing his zucchetto, that's the head covering of the Pope. He was wearing black pants, so not the papal white, and he had a poncho covering his shoulders as he was wheeled around beside a tomb. So he didn't even look like a pope. It really struck people just how normal and down to earth he appeared. Then about a week ago on Palm Sunday, he made another surprise appearance, mingling with about 20,000 people here in St. Peter's Square. On Thursday, Holy Thursday, he made a surprise appearance at a prison where he kissed hands of many of the prisoners and they kissed his. About 70 inmates there. Again, all of this unscripted, unplanned, and it turned out to be just a drum roll, a sort of dress rehearsal for that comeback appearance, as it were, on Easter, which also turned out to be his last appearance, Tony.